Потреби військової оборони України мали важливе місце в обговореннях 27-го трирічного Конгресу українців Канади у Вінніпезі, на яке прибула міністр оборони Канади Аніта Ананд, щоб розкласти делегатам деталі канадської збройної допомоги Україні.
Дорогі глядачі, продовжуємо сьогоднішню передачу із нашої мобільної студії тут при 27-му Конгресі українців Канади тут у Манітобі. І тепер маємо честь зустрічатися із міністром оборони Канади пані Анітою Ананд. So all that meant was that we're doing this in our mobile studio and we're welcoming you in our community and wondering about Canada's continued support for Ukraine. We heard the Prime Minister's speech, we heard you talk, and we also heard the Shadow Minister, Mr. Bizan, your Shadow Minister, saying that Ukraine needs more. What would you say to that kind of a comment, and where would you like to take the defense ministry in relation to Ukraine?
So Canada has already committed $600 million in military aid for Ukraine. In addition to that military aid, we are transporting military aid on behalf of our allies, and we are also training Ukrainian forces right now in England and engineers in Poland. So our assertiveness is on three fronts to help Ukraine. First, with military aid, second, with transporting goods, and third, with training. And in the area of additional equipment, I made approximately $50 million announcement at NATO recently, where I committed additional winter clothing, 500,000 pieces of winter clothing, cameras for drones, satellite communications, as well as 155 millimeter ammunition for Ukraine. So that's the type of support we want to continue to provide. Look to see what it is that Ukraine needs and then making sure that Canada's providing it.
Now you mentioned NATO, and more recently Ukraine's trying to get into NATO. Do you think Canada will be supporting Ukraine in that endeavor?
Canada supports NATO's open door policy. And indeed, I believe in the future there will be a discussion about Ukraine's ascension to NATO. But at this point, what is most important for me as the Minister of National Defense is to do whatever I can to get Ukraine the military aid that it needs to fight and win this war.
There's a question that was been burning since the very beginning, which is the open skies issue. And that's been sort of delayed or refused. Do you think it's time to reopen that question, to do the Open Skies program for Ukraine?
Canada's technology and Canada's ability to help Ukraine is focused on the military equipment that we have and we can produce here. And so that will continue, I'm sure, to be a question that Ukraine and the allies are focused on. But for us, given our resources and our industry capabilities, we have to continue to provide the military aid that we have here in Canada. And that means cameras for drones, that means additional ammunition where we can purchase it, that means winter clothing, that means satellite communications, that means additional artillery as we locate it. But we're very focused on the here and now. What can we deliver to Ukraine so that it can fight and win this war and defend its sovereignty?
Okay, thank you very much. Дорогі глядачі, це розмова з міністром оборони Канади пані Аніта Ананд. Повертаємося до програми відразу після наступних реклам.
Слава Україні!